Today I'm going to show you how to replace an electrical plug. There's nothing more frustrating than having freshly painted walls and dingy old wall plates and switches. So what you'll need is new plugs, a flathead screwdriver, and a Phillips screwdriver, a pair of pliers you might need to bend the wires, and my housewife hack, a hairdryer, and I'll show you why. When you're just a homeowner working with electricity, you don't necessarily have all the tools like that little gauge to let you know if the electricity's still on. So what ends up happening is one person's in one room hollering at the other to find out which breaker goes to this particular plug. I'm working by myself today, so the way that I have come up with, instead of having to frustratingly go back and forth from this plug to the breaker box, is I plug in a hairdryer. First of all, to see if I have electricity to both plugs. I check both because we generally work in older homes, and I have found sometimes that one will work and one will not work, or they'll be somehow wired to different breakers. That's the strangest thing, but it has happened. So I leave this on, and when I go to the breaker box and I'm flipping through to find out which one matches this plug, when I hear the hairdryer go off, I know that there's no longer power to the unit. You might want to also take a Sharpie, and once you determine which breaker goes to a set of plugs, mark that for future use. Okay, the hairdryer is plugged in. There's no power to it. These need a flathead screwdriver, so I'm going to disconnect this, pull it out, and walk you through the steps. Okay, you see on each of these, there are little screws. So we're just gonna loosen those up. While I've got the box open, I like to have it cleaned out. And then we're gonna do the same to the other side. Loosen these, and it's gonna be easier when we put the new one on. Okay. There we go. That's what it's gonna look like. Okay, so what I want you to see, this was the one that was originally in here. There's two on this side and two on this side. Here's a new one. There's a ground here. We don't have a ground wire. We've got two on this side and two on this side, so we're just gonna match them up, okay? This is just, you hook it around where the wire is secure underneath, and these should be more smooth. Flip it over into this side. We're just connecting them back together. Okay, here's the breaker box, and all we're gonna do is flip the switch where it says off. We're gonna put it into the on position, and we'll go check to see if the wiring worked out. And so now we're gonna check to see if the wiring worked. Remember, this is a hot wire and it is not secured to the wall because we're gonna be painting it. So just be careful. You can get shocked now that there's electricity there, but I'm just gonna check to see. Whew, that startled me. You heard the hairdryer on. So there's one, and there's two. So that's how you can switch out plugs without having to call an electrician.